their long-awaited firstborn. The father was present at the birth. He saw the baby's shoulder, no arm. Boris Vucic realized he had to leave the room now, so his wife wouldn't see his face change. He could not believe his eyes. When the doctor came out to him, he began to say, "My son, does he have no arm?" The doctor replied, "No, your son has no arms or legs." The doctors refused to show the infant to his mother. The nurses cried. Nick only had a semblance of a foot instead of a left leg. Because of this, the boy learned to walk, swim, skateboard, play the computer, and write. The parents succeeded in getting their son admitted to a regular school. Nick became the first disabled child in a mainstream Australian school. At age 8, Nicholas decided to kill himself. He asked his mother to take him to the bathtub. I turned my face into the water, but it was very hard to hold on. It wasn't working. During this time I imagined the picture of my funeral. Here stood my dad and mom, and then I realized that I couldn't kill myself. All I saw from my parents was love for me. Nick didn't try to kill himself again, but he kept thinking, why should he live? He wouldn't be able to work, wouldn't be able to hold his fiance's hand, wouldn't be able to hold his baby when he cried. One day his mother read Nick an article about a seriously ill man who inspired others to live. That's when I realized, I'm not just a man without arms and legs. I am a creature of God. And it doesn't matter what people think. At 19, Nick was studying financial planning at university. One day he was asked to speak to students. He was given 7 minutes to speak. After 3 minutes, the girls in the audience were crying. One of them couldn't stop crying, so she raised her hand and asked, "Can I come up on stage and give you a hug?" The girl came up to Nick and started crying on his shoulder. She said, "No one ever told me they loved me, no one ever told me I was beautiful the way I am. My life changed today." At his speeches, he often says, "Sometimes you can fall like this," and falls face first into the table he was standing on. Nick continues, "There are times in life when you fall and you don't seem to have the strength to get up. You wonder then if you have any hope. I have no arms or legs. It seems that if I try to get up 100 times, I won't make it. But after another defeat, I don't give up hope. I'm going to try again and again. I want you to know that failure is not the end. It's how you finish that counts. Are you going to finish strong? Then you're going to find the strength to get up just like that." He rests his forehead, then helps himself to his shoulders and stands up. The women in the audience begin to cry. 10 months out of the year he is on the road, 2 months home. He has traveled to more than 24 countries. He has been heard by more than 3 million people in schools, nursing homes, prisons. Nick speaks at stadiums of many thousands. He performs about 250 times a year. Nick gets about 300 offers for new speeches a week. He has become a professional speaker. On February 12, 2012, Nick Vucic married Kani Maihar. Then the happy news spread across social media. The young couple had a son. The future is much better than you thought. Quotes from Nick Vucic from his autobiographical book, Life Without Borders. "Do you know why death is a mortal sin? Well, it would seem, what's so terrible about it? It's just chewing the snot for a day, another day, another day, another day. After all, it's not killing, is it? No, not murder, not yet. Until I thought about it, everything seemed doubtful to me, but when I got into the question, death is on a par with all the other sins, because it is closely interrelated with them, and they all smoothly flow into one another. Where one ends, another begins. To believe or not in religious postulates, everyone decides for himself, but it is impossible to escape from the concepts of simple logic and good and evil. Beware of deadness, it draws us into the abyss. You have complexes about having freckles, your hair not laying right, your ears not like everyone else's, your nose too big. How do you think I felt? If you're tired, and I am very often tired, I want to encourage you. We'll have forever to rest. I learned to swim, to type 43 words a minute on the computer, to brush my own teeth. And kept praying for a miracle, asking God for hands and feet. But God did not give me a miracle. That's when I realized that it was in this form that I was a miracle to other people. Now I travel around the world with the Life Without Limits ministry. There are many people with arms and legs, but they are handicapped in their minds. They need to be helped to find truth and happiness. We are not given to foresee the future. This is both good and bad. My point is, the future may turn out to be much better than you imagined. But you have to make it happen. Get up and go for it. Hope is a catalyst. It overcomes seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Keep working, don't give up, and you will create momentum. You will be reached out to those who can help you. Doors will swing open. The road will become clear. Remember, action provokes reaction. When you feel like betraying your dream, make yourself work for another day, another week, another month, and another year. You'll be amazed at what happens if you don't give up. Often those problems that we think keep us in the past actually make us stronger. Believe that today's problem will become your advantage tomorrow. I've learned to see the upside of not having arms and legs. Men, women, and children who do not speak my language understand immediately that I have overcome many difficulties. They understand that my lessons are not empty words. Instead of digging into your own imperfections, failures, and mistakes, focus on the contribution you can make to the lives of others. Appreciate your talents, your knowledge, wisdom, creativity, hard work, and kindness. You don't have to live up to anyone's expectations. You can define for yourself what perfection is.